watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. In today's culture, that's labeled toxic masculinity. But Scripture reveals the truth. Strength rooted in love is biblical masculinity. Make your choice. Welcome back to the Choice Podcast episode. What I'm told is 78. Although we've been lied to before, but I've been assured.
I think we're right on this one.
We just don't ever know because we take time in between recordings. It's been what, two weeks this time? Two and a half?
We took a 2-week break because we had a few in the queue.
We might have took a 3-week break.
Our friends across the pond in Europe would say we had some in the queue.
And why did they say that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
In the queue? Yeah, we did have some in the queue. Is that a key CUE or a QUE?
I think it's CUE probably.
Who knows? Yeah, we gotten ahead since we're only doing once a week now, which we've gotten some feedback from the viewers.
We sure did.
In fact, it was one of the best emails that we've gotten that says, "Hey man, what about this once a week thing?" And we're like,
"Hey, did we ever email that guy and ask him if we could call him and have him on the show or something?" That would be cool. He sounds like a really cool guy.
I don't think I did that.
Are you going to read his email? That would be cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. But
yeah, let's do it.
His name, we'll give him his first name. He didn't tell us where he's from, so write back and tell us where you're from because we did send him a message back. His name was Scott. Scott, thanks for writing in, buddy. This was one of the more useful, and it was a good email. First of all, he just opens it up. He's a veteran, go Army. Although I disagree with that, Josh.
Stop it.
He said, "I'm super bummed that you're no longer releasing 3 episodes a week." Man, 3 episodes would have been tough. I only remember doing 2. We have a couple secret ones. Well, we did a couple. That was
in the early days.
Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. You're right. These episodes released 3 times a week. Strength, education, motivation to continue striving to serve God in my home, my workplace, and other opportunities anywhere I could. That said, I understand you all have lives to live and families to lead, and couldn't be happier to share that time. I get it. And so he said he was late in the game. Believed God helped me find it. I was at a time when I needed more encouragement and strength for the daily battles, and I found your podcast.
Man, that's what it's all about.
It is what it's all about.
That's great.
Right at the beginning of the second season, and then became enormously blessed to go back and listen to the first season. Let me tell you, the first season. This is a common occurrence. We should put the first couple on a disclaimer. Like, we're so dumb.
Dude, I can't even listen to them.
He said, hey, nearly had me wrecking my Jeep. He was right about that. Yeah, he said he loved the deployment talk, the shirt sleeves, his TP, and the days without a shower. He said he can really, he was one of those that went 45 days without a shower when we crossed the border of Iraq. Thank you for your service, Scott. In 2003, I lived the 30-plus days in the same pair of underwear.
Yep, my man understands the pain.
Yeah, and then he just goes on to talk about, and we can have him on, Scott. This is why we wanted to reach out to you, buddy. If you talk about maninthemirror.org. You talk about the 1613 Men's Conference. Yeah. And frankly, we love, and he just goes on, and it goes, there's more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. But essentially, we never know, Josh, if Scott's one of them.
Well, we have no idea how we're connected to Scott. Like, whether it was, it's not he found it or stumbled onto it, but we don't know, was it because a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend finally said, "Hey, man, why don't you listen to this?" Or did he just scroll through some streaming platform and find it that way? Who knows? But it reached someone who needed to hear it and related to it, could laugh along with guys that are very similar to him. We've done some of the same things, been some of the same places, chewed some of the same dirt.
You chewed dirt?
You have.
That's a good point.
You self-admitted, ate it.
I didn't self-admit it. It was, I later did. It was brought onto the scene by KOCOG.
That's right.
He brought that. He brought that hate, Ricky Bobby. But yeah, so our man Scott here. Here's the thing: we're just dudes doing life with dudes, right?
Yep.
And so if you want to jump on, Scott, for an episode and riff with us, buddy,
we'll call you, man.
We'd love to, man. Get on it.
Patch you right in, and you can clown around with us for an hour or so.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do better than we did whenever the secret episode never aired from Arkansas.
Oh yeah, that secret episode that drifted off into episode space.
Episode space. It still exists, just without sound. So that's fine. We love it. But yeah, anyway, Scott, thanks for writing us in, buddy. That was a good email. And so if you want to jump on here with us sometime and just riff or whatever else, let us know the topic. Maybe there's a question. I would love to do. We don't have enough writer inners. Maybe if we put a question out there, but I would love to do a segment where right after the founding fathers, where we jumped and we took questions from the crowd.
That would be cool.
And so,
that means you guys got to send questions though.
And it could be any, and we'll tackle them or try to tackle them. And so we could save the back end or open it up with questions from the crowd on an episode, right?
I like it.
Because we haven't decided yet. In fact, we could do a whole episode of questions from the crowd. I mean, we haven't decided where we're going after founding fathers yet. We have, I don't know, how many we do so far? 4. We're doing 3 more tonight-ish.
Yeah. Probably another 3 after that or so. 4 after that, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 12. Yeah, so we don't know where we're going yet. It's a long ways off since we only do once a week now, but it's a couple months. And July 4th needs to be special that week. I don't know what we're going to do for that one.
Kind of had an idea.
Oh, okay. Do we get to blow things up?
Yeah.
Yes. Does that come with sound effects? Maddie likes to blow things up.
There's no explosion sound effect.
Maddie, you don't seem like the blow it up type of guy. Did you grow up blowing things explode, making things explode?
No,
Bro, have you guys ever? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, but
I enjoyed my fair share of firearms and bow and arrows.
There you go.
Very well.
Have you ever been to Six Bears and the Goats July for Independence Day in May? Their thing.
Six Bears and the Goats is a local brewery, and I have not.
So this is a brewery and restaurant in Fredericksburg. Here's what's cool.
They're fantastic. Six Bears and a Goat is 6 Navy guys and a Coastie.
That's right.
No,
6 Coasties and a Navy guy. Yeah. So
that started and founded this.
That's right. Because the Coast Guard is the mascot is the bear.
Yeah.
Navy is the goat. But anyway, so they don't want to interrupt your 4th of July family time celebrating, Independence Day. So what they do is they do a Independence Day in May. And it is cool, man.
Today is May the 4th be with you.
No, that's so
Do we like Star Wars here?
No.
We don't.
I'm the minority here, so
you do.
Yeah,
I didn't vote yet. I was just curious.
It's one of my 3 favorite movie franchises. Judge me how you see fit.
I will.
Should we do a no phones go on whether it's what would the debate be?
I have no debate.
Whether Star Wars is what's the debate? What's the question we're
solving?
Dude,
it's got a cult following, no doubt.
It's either you hate it or you love it. There is no.
I don't hate it. I really enjoyed it when I first saw it. And
the no phones go could be: should May the 4th be with you be a national American holiday?
How would that be? No phones go.
We can argue that.
My money is on no. Like it's.
What? You like the thing?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't think it's on the national level to be a whole holiday about it.
All right, well, let me tell you about my doggone Six Bears and a Goat story anyway.
Please.
So check this out. They get local companies, especially veteran-owned companies, to sponsor this event, and they have food free for everybody that day. I mean, especially veterans. They're going to always cater to veterans there. So my company sponsored one year, and it just means you had to be there, be present, work a little table, whatever. So I was there most of the day, and finally some relief came in. And I was done for the day, and it was a nice day. And I was like, hey, I'm going to go home, grab my motorcycle, and come back and just visit with my coworker. That was back when I was foolish and rode motorcycles. So I came back, and everybody in the whole place was gone. So the only person I see there
Except your friend?
No.
And your friend?
And my friend. It was packed, but I couldn't find anybody.
Oh.
Parking lot was packed. So I go up, and I see the bartender's still there. They're like, guy working the bar or whatever, and I walk over to him, I'm like, hey, where is everyone? And they said, oh, they're out back for the patriotic beer toss. I'm like, what is this?
Interesting.
So he's like, go check it out.
Tell us more.
So behind their building, the terrain slopes down, right? They're kind of like on a little bit of a hilltop there or whatever. Well,
I've never been back at that part.
They have it all marked off with lanes. I think there was 3 lanes with like caution tape.
Yeah.
And they have flat screen TVs hanging in the trees. At the bottom of the lane, if you can imagine that, with the caution tape, is a piece of plywood that's painted like the American flag with spikes coming up. And the deal is, for $1, you can buy an unpatriotic beer. And they have pallets of Old Milwaukee and Budweiser. and all these beers that refuse to support veterans issues. For $1, you can buy one of these unpatriotic beers, shake it up, and toss it down your lane. And if it lands on the American flag with the spikes and explodes, they play the national anthem in the trees on the flat screen TVs, and they give you a free beer ticket to go inside and have a real patriotic beer.
Are you? Well,
And
heck.
the crowd would go nuts.
Was it hard to do?
Not really.
So what, they're losing money, but who cares?
They didn't care. They were just happy to blow up some unpatriotic beers
Well, look, Bud
and
likes
have
the
people laugh and clap and make fun of how dumb those beers were, and then go inside and get some from a real patriotic company.
Yeah,
It
and
was
they're
kinda
delicious.
cool. It
Yeah,
was
they're
kinda cool.
delicious. That's super cool. The one of the I'm itching, which will be a. I know you got a story. I do too. And anyways, one of the coolest things I've ever seen is, and this is probably not the only place, but it's the first place I've seen it, the Pay It Forward wall.
Yep.
Have I told you about this on this podcast yet?
Not on the podcast, but we've talked about it. I love that thing. I'd stand there and read it all the time.
Oh yeah, the Pay It Forward wall is a big chalkboard or whiteboard, is whichever chalkboard.
Yeah.
I'd say 6 by 8 probably feet. And on this board is if you Josh could go have a beer or I could. Let's say I'm having a drink at the bar. I could pay for a beer and put your name on the board so the next time you go in, if your name's on the board,
Someone has paid for you. Or I could put one on there that just says any aviator who served in Iraq or Afghanistan.
Exactly.
So
Or
I don't
you could
even
put
have
the
to-
Nurses Corps. Or
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't have to know you.
any 3-5 Marine or any
Or anybody
101st
who was
Airborne.
assigned to this ship in
Exactly.
the Navy or this unit in the Marine Corps.
And the
Yeah.
board is packed.
There's no room to write.
There's no more room.
And some of them are really funny. Some of them are funny. If you stand there and read it long enough, you'll find some like, anyone who was stationed in Baghdad during COVID and got it 3 times or something like that.
Anybody that's worn the same underwear for
Yeah,
more
for
than
30
30
days.
days. Yeah.
deployed.
Like, like Scott. But yeah, dude.
Scott would have got a beer.
Man, I tell you what, like I have. You ever spend time in the woods and and for the next couple of days, every single like twinge or tickle, you're like, that's a tick.
Oh,
I have that right now, and I
is there
just
one on
went
my
into
eye?
the woods about an hour ago, and I know there's a tick on me somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. I know there is because they're the world's worst creature.
Name another creature that could top that. What good does a tick do besides spread heartworms to dogs? No, that's flies. No, mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, not ticks. No.
Lyme disease, I think that's
Lyme
it.
disease is ticks for sure. Heartworms is mosquitoes. Whatever. They suck your blood, those little nasty things, and they hurt.
dude. And then if you pull them off, then you're itchy for days.
And I don't care about, I got a tick removing tool and you pull and twist or you burn it with a mouse. Shut up.
You know what I heard helps with those is
clear fingernail polish.
yeah. Is it true?
I don't know. Why's it got to be clear?
Oh, I don't know why. Because you can see them.
Everyone
You
says
suffocate them. That's what it does. It's just like.
But why can't it be pink?
I don't.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you find one, you have one on you right now.
I had one on me about just after I picked up the food.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the food,
I spent the whole weekend in the woods, and then I was leaving the place where I picked up the food, and I had this scratch on the back of my shoulder, and I'm like, what is you little
but
hitchhiker?
he didn't. Think about this now. All right, so I'm interested in what you were doing yesterday in the woods.
Yeah, so he's been crawling on me for 24 hours.
That's what I'm saying. What has he done, and where has he spent time on your body in the last 24 hours? You know,
all over me, probably.
Right, and you hadn't felt
Nasty
him until
thing.
just now.
But now every little twinge, every little twitch of my eye, I'm like, is that a tick? Is there one on the top of my head?
Did you ever have one in your beard?
No,
Okay, good.
never had one on the top of my head either.
I haven't either. Okay, but I'm new to the beard game. I didn't know if I needed to go combing through it like an ape.
They like dark, damp, hot places like under your arm.
Oh, I'm
or
aware
like
of that,
where
yeah.
your sock is, you know, little nasty things.
They're the worst, dude. One time I was at going
My
through,
beard's itching. Thank you.
dude. My head is. I'm like super nervous right
I am
now.
too, dude. I'm like,
is that why they call it a nervous tick?
I don't know, but
Josh's face.
I'm gonna
because
go.
you're always like checking and you're like itching.
I'm gonna go home tonight and stand in front of that big mirror in my bathroom.
You
gross
can pretty
myself
much
out.
Yeah, I know. You can. This is part of the reason that God gave us wives.
That's right.
Brad Paisley wrote a song about this.
Look, I called my wife and she's like, "I'm going to come down to the podcast and check you."
Check you.
I'm like, no.
No. Listen, you do that in the bathroom, you nasty thing.
Yeah, we do that on the podcast or anywhere near these two clowns, and it will be all over the podcast.
That's funny.
Like, nope, I will suffer. I think it's on my knee now. I'm sure I've got one or 7.
Dude, so you can
Nasty
name
things.
most of like what everything it does and fits into the food chain. Go ahead and try and tell me what ticks are good for.
They got to be food for something. Tell me they're food for somebody.
Maddie, I mean possums. Possums eat
Chickens,
ticks.
maybe? I think chickens eat them
Guinea
too.
hens eat ticks.
Yes. Well, here's another fancy thing. I think
We're
we've
getting
established
guinea
this. Ticks, like chickens eat, they did a study. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like 1,500 ticks an hour. Up to, if they can find them, 1,500 an hour. Another reason to have another reason to have chickens. So like you got your problem in your yard, you know what I mean? You got ticks or you got fleas, all the things and crazy things in your yard, maybe not fleas. They'll eat them.
Yeah,
Grubs.
guinea hens apparently do it better than them.
Turkeys do it as well. Ants, spiders, toads, and frogs.
But what's the purpose of a tick? Like what value
To be
does
a
it bring to the
nuisance?
food chain? You know? Other than be a substance to eat.
You got to hate life if you realize, man, I have no worth here but to be somebody's food.
Yeah, it's terrible. But you said you were out in the woods yesterday.
Yeah,
Josh.
sure was.
This is a cool story. I mean, tell us more. I didn't get all the details yet.
I had a packed weekend.
Okay.
It started at 10-7 Big Land.
Yes, it did.
Saturday, 10-7 at Big Land, their Mayfest, first annual Mayfest.
Which we just talked about like two episodes
They
ago.
were just on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt and Mary from
And they
10-7.
killed it.
They were awesome. Those
Everyone
people
loved it. I've gotten a lot of comments.
They
about
are
that one.
such solid human beings and giving everything back
Yeah.
to the veterans and first responder community. Such a cool idea. But I'll tell you what I loved. They don't do it cheap. And I don't mean that like they spend a bunch of excess money. I just mean when they put their money to doing something and they're going to give it back to the community, they make sure it's first class. It was so done so well, man. They had bands out there, food trucks, some vendors that were supporting them were out there with little booths set up. It was very cool. Good little crowd out there. There was a bigger crowd on Friday night apparently, but I got to go out there with my son James and spend some good drive time because they're about an hour 30, hour 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And him and I got to hang out driving out there, and then we get to spend the afternoon or day, better part of the day out there. But we were outside.
The question is, did you take the square body or did you take the Tesla?
Oh, no, brother. I said an hour and 40 minutes. We took the Tesla.
How long do you have to charge that thing for? Like, how long does the charge last?
So that's very interesting because it's a loaded question with a lot of answers. So
Am I going to be disappointed with the answer?
it depends on how you look at it. I mean,
No, that was a
it's-
delayed one because he said he took the Tesla
okay.
to an event in the woods.
Well, I mean, let's just say I parked next to another one. So put that in your Thanksgiving turkey.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
So, well, yeah, while y'all are filling up at the gas pump, I'll talk about being wrong and being right because I'm flying right by you without buying any.
Suckers!
So, yeah, when you fill, so I've got long range batteries. So I don't know what short range are, but my battery bank has just recently been replaced. And I don't really think I got long range batteries when I got the replacement battery bank off the insurance or warranty or whatever, warranty. But for me, I think I could probably go 150 to 200 miles probably on one full tank. Now, that's not truly full. I don't fill over 80%, and I never go below 20. So if I'm just going from 20 to 80, I can get about 150 miles. So I could probably get 250 on a full tank from full to zero. Most people don't drive that much in one day. But if you're charging it up full overnight every night, you wake up to
Do you have a charger in your house?
I charge out of a 110 regular outlet like the one on the wall behind you.
And it converts it?
It'll charge it, but it won't give it a full charge.
80% max?
No, I won't get that much. I'll get about 12, 11% charge overnight.
Well, what's the max it'll get to?
I have mine set to cut off at 80%.
Why is that again?
It's lithium batteries, and you don't want to go below 20 or above 80, or you could risk damaging the life of the battery. So you just keep in mind, I want that. And then people talk about range anxiety, which I think is the dumbest thing. Like, do you have gas tank anxiety in your truck? No.
I do have anxiety if that'll run it out. I actually think I've heard, you tell me, we need a car guy, but if you run it too low, like there's sediment in your tank that if you introduce into your system, just naturally from gas, that if it's in the bottom of your tank and you've introduced it in your system because you suck the gas way down, causes you problems with your filter.
Maybe
well, I mean, it runs the life out of your filter early and stuff like that.
Maybe could, yeah.
I don't ever go below, I don't know. Here's the big, great debate. Buddy, we've talked about this before, but my wife.
Bring it.
Buddy, my wife will run that thing. If I get in her car, I will bet you dime to a dollar, 9 out of 10 times, it's somewhere below a half.
Oh, listen, no, that's
probably
not,
below a quarter.
I don't even think, then you have a pretty
I
with
sometimes
it wife.
don't have the ability to get to a gas station. Almost.
Okay, that's way lower than a quarter, brother. But look, my wife strategically has me drive when her car is on empty and the gas light's on.
Oh,
I get in.
I would be.
It happens
myself.
at least 70% of the time.
How many times do you pass a gas station?
She doesn't like to get out and pump gas. Also, it's not safe, she says. You don't want me to be in danger, do you? And I'm like, no,
Holly, no, we don't, and you won't be.
Just pump the gas. Pump the gas.
Come on now. All right.
I fill it up.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Anyway,
I'm a half tank guy. Like if it gets below, as soon as it's below a half, I'm probably filling it up. Below a quarter, and there's a reason I got to below a quarter.
I drive it till the light comes on.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's what I did on Saturday. Sunday, I went out in the woods more. I think it was Sandy Point State Park outside of Richmond.
You really drove a long way for that.
About the same distance, about an hour 40.
Yeah, when I ran into Holly at church, and she's like, "Did Josh tell you what he's doing today?" I said, "He did not." But the story she said was fantastic.
Yeah, so I went down there. I'm not going to say the name of the organization just yet, but I went down there with a very well-known canine search and rescue organization, and chose to donate or not donate, chose to spend an 8-hour day with them, a little more, closer to 9.5 hours, because I got there a little early, because I've always been taught, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're unforgiven. So I went a little early.
Maddie B agrees with that.
Yeah. I went a little early and stayed a little bit late, like a good soldier should. And learned a lot from those guys. Got to learn about what they're doing, how they do it. It's very, very militaristic. Very much.
Well, yeah. And they were search and rescue with dogs. It was a training day.
Yeah, it was a training day. They do it once a week. 8 hours.
Once a week.
8 hours every time, once a week.
Golly. Did you just walk around, or were you like the dummy?
Only once was I the subject that
man.
they had to find. They call it a subject, but they give you the full on. There's no half stepping here. They're like, you're going to be this subject. This is where you're going to go. Here's your grid coordinates. Here's your azimuth. Get out there. You will be standing, you will be sitting, you will be laying down, you'll be unresponsive. If you are responsive in this scenario, this is going to be the storyline. You're allowed to say these things and no more. If they don't ask the right questions, don't give these answers. To give the handler, the human search party, the training to walk through all of the first aid techniques and questions and evaluate a casualty and call in proper radio communication for an evac team. And there's definitely a lot that goes into it, and they don't play with the training. And they're like, hey, yep, we've gotten our updates from FEMA and from Virginia Department of Emergency Management. This is the new procedure. This is what we're training to. They were on point. There was one or two that were relatively new, a little more than I was, a little more experienced with this organization than I'd been. Like, meaning they'd been 2 or 3 times, but this was my first time with them. And I just wanted to check them out and see what they were about. And anytime I can go out in the woods and hang out with some people and their dogs, it's a good day.
What was the best dog on the day? What kind of dog was it?
Well, I'll say there were some beautiful ones. There was a really good example of a Springer Spaniel. Not my dog, not my kind of dog, but a good example. Older dog, 9 years old. There was a really good Malinois, and he looked great. There was a chocolate lab, and we don't hate him for being chocolate, but
We hate him for being stupid.
exactly, because that is, and they said it right away. They're like, "Hey, we're bringing this one out. He doesn't fit the stereotype." And I was like, "What stereotype is that?" And they're like, "Well, that they're kind of dumb." It's not just you and me. It's the dog community agrees with us. But then they brought out the 2 black labs.
How'd they do? How'd them boys do?
So solid.
Killed it.
Oh my gosh, they were on
What were
it.
their names? You remember?
Yeah, Yukon was one of them.
That's cool.
And he was a wide ranger. So they
Big male.
big male, big boy.
Okay.
They all have GPS tracker collars, and the handlers tracking their dogs, monitoring their own azimuth, their own pace count.
So the handler's not with the dog the whole time?
No, as soon as they step off, when they report that dog team 7-8 is on mission, they unleash their dog, and just like you send jet for a bird, where you cast her, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it, casting?
Well, casting is, sender.
You send her with your hand in front of her head, so she's looking the direction, and they'll tell them their command in that case is go find, and boom, and that dog is off. So what the search guy is doing is walking distance and direction. So he has an azimuth and say, I'm going 300 meters to this hilltop. While he's walking, he's also searching for a lost person.
Oh, okay.
And the dog is doing this as he's walking that azimuth. So it's traversing left and right. Some dogs don't venture very far from their handler. That's what the Malinois was doing. He was staying very close, which means that handler has to do tight.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, he was like, when I send Yukon,
the black lab, okay.
the black lab knows his job, and he will traverse up to 300 meters.
That's a long way.
And so he's watching, and he was like, hey, just hang on a second. He's coming back over that hilltop now. Let's wait for him to catch back up. And that dog is down a valley and up a hilltop and on the other side of the hill and coming back and doing
How
it.
do they know the smell of the person?
They don't know the smell. They're looking for any other human so they'll box off an area and say, this grid is yours or this box is yours. There's no other humans in that area. But if they're picking up pheromones, and when you're stressed, when you're upset, when you're evading the police or you've been lost, you're dropping more pheromones and there's a different scent to it. Here's what's cool. These dogs just don't go there and start barking because they're afraid of what if it's a lost child. That could really freak out a kid. Or if it's a mentally disabled child, they might get up and run from that dog. Now you have a bigger problem. So the dog is trained to run within 3 feet of the subject and then beeline back to the handler and signal to the handler and then bring the handler back.
Oh.
And their indications were cool. One of them, or several of them, was they come back and they bark once and then they take off. And the other one, that Malinois, when he would run back, the lady wore a toy that was, I guess is a toy, like a rope toy. It's a big, thick braided rope with a braided ball on the end. And his indication was a tug. So he would run back to her, grab that toy and tug on it. And it's hooked to her belt. And then she'd say, show me. And he'd run back to the person. And then they get their reward. It's very impressive. I'll never say never because I could change tomorrow, I guess. But air scenting is not what I normally have a natural bent to. But that is what people like to do in search and rescue because it's a happy ending. Air scenting is always going to be live people. So they're looking for a live lost person. And up here, it's mostly dementia patients that wander off, lost child, or lost hiker.
Yeah.
That's the three that
Yeah,
biggest.
that's true. You got the Shenandoahs.
And now think about this. This organization was called out 100 times last year.
Once
Right at
every
100.
3 days or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about it, a couple times a week.
Huh.
And they get worried. Like right now when the weather changes, they're like, everybody stand by for the weekend. We're going to get called. You just know it. The weather's finally gotten beautiful. People are going to want to go hiking, get outside, go to the park. They said their busiest 2 years was during COVID because people said, hey, nobody's going to be at the park. Let's go walk a nature trail. Get out of the house. Get out. These walls are closing in. And somebody sprains an ankle, gets into a bad spot and can't put weight on it, and they're stuck.
Yeah.
And they did talk about how dangerous hiking is, and people don't think about it. You know, like some of the rules, some hikers will always tell you it's pack one up. So if you're going for a day hike, you should pack for an overnight hike. If you're going for a 1 day hike, you should pack for a 3 day in case of emergencies. People don't generally do that. And the majority of the people that they get called out for, it was a last minute decision. They didn't tell anybody where they were going. So that can be really tough, but it was cool. They all volunteer their time and all their expenses are on their own. And they put their time and money. It's very cool people. I mean, whether you get along with them personally or not, their heart is very admirable, what they're doing. Cool.
Yeah, very.
But I brought something back.
The tick?
Yeah, a little hitchhiker. Stupid tick trying to get a free ride back to Fredericksburg.
I've fallen into tick nests before, like in rotten logs, and they're like, oh, there's no worse feeling. Then you've got like hundreds of them. And then I've seen it, dude. I mean, yes. And you've come back with little sea ticks, Meridian, Mississippi, sea ticks by the dozens because you didn't know that you were in a nest of them because you were sitting there hunting deer, turkeys, name your thing. And you're like on the base of a tree, and then you just come back and covered. Buddy. And sea ticks are tiny. Like you can't even see them. They're the size of a mustard seed or whatever, a pinhead.
Makes you feel bad for your dog when he gets a tick, huh?
Man, I'll tell you what. By the way, old Jet had a dang. We got to probably get into the, founding fathers, and it's a quick one.
This is the founding fathers episode. If you didn't know.
Yeah. By the way, and she had an ear infection. We went back. Dogs are not cheap, so she went back and got like another dose in the ear. She had almost gotten rid of it, but a little left. So the second one is another 90 and 50, but the first one you had to see the vet and not the technician. It was like $550.
Oh, I don't know what it is. Every time I go to the vet now, it's at least $550.
It's ridiculous.
Vets are.
I need to find a vet friend. He's like, hey man, just come pay for the the gel and put it in your ear.
I'll talk to you later.
That would have been nice to know $495 ago. All right. But yeah, hey, so we are here, and I heard the Law and Order. Yeah, nice job, Maddie B, because we are here to discuss tonight, Josh. Now, here's the thing.
I'm going to let you introduce us while I get some more coffee, because this is going to take some for me.
We were going to do George Mason. I think that's what we were supposed to do on this one, according to our producer, our very official producer, Matthew Bravo. And and we are not. Why are we not doing it? I don't know. I don't actually know why we're not. Josh said we weren't, so we're not going to do it. But we have a couple fellas in the lineup in the next 2 or 3. You may, in fact, I'll bet most people I haven't heard of.
We'll get back
but it'll
to
allow
Mason.
for some good argument. Yeah, he'll come back. But it'll allow for some good argument because we're going to make some discussions and decisions that I don't like. What does it qualify someone as a founder? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we wanted to spice it up a little bit. George Mason will be covered, so have no fear. He's coming back. We wanted to record 3 back-to-back, put some in the queue, but we were kind of trying to look at how we were laying them out, where we believe they fall, and we didn't want to bore everybody with the same old similar scenario time after time. And we're trying to, we can't cover all 56 signers necessarily or all of the founding fathers, but we're just going to get a swath of them before July 4th. So we wanted to just time them kind of right to keep it interesting, honestly. We'll still come back to it.
Yeah, keep it interesting. And we just don't want it to be like, here's another big heavy hitter. Let's get another. Some people said, actually, who was it? Jefferson, somebody. What is our name for... Man, I have lost my mind. But anyway, someone said one of the guys had died of syphilis. We didn't bring that up. Was it Jefferson or was it Franklin? No, it was Franklin. Wasn't
Franklin, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we didn't bring that up. We did. We also had another guy, was KOCOG, mentioned. He's like, hey, it's, we like it when you guys bring in some practical apps. So we'll try to do that as we go through. But tonight, a guy you may or may not have ever heard of. His name is Josiah Bartlett, Josh.
Hang on one second. Here's something crazy. My wife's having a tough conversation with someone right now, and so she just texted me and said, hey, y'all please pray for me. So let's pray for her right now real quick, okay?
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll just take it quick. I don't even know all the details, so we'll just pray real quick. Father God, thank you for my wife, because she is a treasure to me and to my family, and she's your daughter, and I know she's a treasure to you, Lord, and to others. Lord, whatever they're talking about, whatever they're discussing, whatever's going on, I just pray that you would bless her, bless the people that are with her or the person that's with her. Give them all words to say, to express their feelings to each other, and I pray that they have ears to hear each other, and that you're glorified in their conversation, and their hearts are protected, and that love abounds, and you're glorified, and that's all we ask. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, cool. Thanks, fellas. Because it works. That's why.
That works.
It works. All right, sorry. Back to what we're supposed to do.
Josiah Bartlett. Now, here's what we need to solve, Josh. We have not decided who's taking offense and defense.
Oh, that's right. We came up with a plan for this one, didn't we?
It was a very technical plan.
The question is it on three, like 1, 2, 3, shoot, or 1, 2, shoot? I think it should be 1, 2, 3, shoot.
I agree.
Okay, that's the first thing.
Best 2 out of 3.
So, best 2 out of 3. 1.
What if it's a tie? Does it count as a wins only?
It's until we get best 2.
Matty B's shaking his head. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. All right. So here we go. On after 3. So 1, 2, 3, shoot. In that cadence. Ready?
Wait, hold on. What does the winner get to pick?
The winner can pick whichever side he wants.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Scissors, scissors, scissors,
1,
scissors.
2, 3, shoot.
Got him. Got him. Let's go.
1 point. 1 point for that dude.
All right. You ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Paper.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Scissors,
1, 2,
scissors.
3, shoot.
Got him. Rock, scissors, son. All right. So I get a pick. I don't care. I don't tell you what. You know this guy. Why don't you take the prosecution, we'll say. You're arguing for him, which means you get to introduce him.
Okay.
So you know about this guy. So do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I know him better than you do. So first we'll introduce this guy, Josiah Bartlett. And this is one I was kind of excited about because he's not one of the more famous founding fathers. He's not the big name recognition of Ben Franklin or John Adams or George Washington, but still arguably a really important dude in our history. So
arguably, and I'll be the arguer.
So who was Josiah Bartlett? He lived from 1729 to 1795. He was a physician, a revolutionary leader.
We'll decide about that.
High-ranking statesman from the great state of New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Was that even a state? It was a state.
Yeah.
It was. Where was it in the line?
That's a good question.
Maddie, will you look that up?
He played a direct. He played a direct, documented role in the founding of the United States. Now I'll give you a snapshot of some of that evidence. He was, ladies and gentlemen, a signer of the Declaration of Independence meets our standard. But he wasn't just a signer. He was the second signer, second only to, anybody have an idea?
Like he signed it, number 2.
He was a second dude to sign it.
Here's the gotcha. It wasn't old Hancock because even though he was the biggest, he wasn't the first.
Really?
Am I wrong? Hancock was first?
I think he was.
Weren't we just arguing? Is that what you were just going to make?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, let's not back off on this. He wasn't the first?
I didn't think John Hancock was the first.
He was the first.
Isn't this the point you were going to make? He was second to...
He was second to John Hancock.
Oh. So maybe he was the first. He's the second what? In like chronological order?
He was not just a signer. He was the second person to sign right after John Hancock.
Okay, so John Hancock was the first.
And John Hancock
And the biggest.
did sign the biggest, but that's why we say put your John Hancock here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your Johnny Hotel.
I like whenever they have silly sayings like that follow, like, I won't go into it. 'Cause no, it's a man's podcast. Like when they say I'm piss poor
Yeah.
or I didn't have a pot to piss in. Those two things actually come from poverty. When during, I believe it was the Depression, people would sell urine. They would collect urine in a pot.
Hold on.
Hang on, hear me out. And they would sell it, and tanners would use it to tan leather. So if you were piss poor, it's because you sold urine. And if someone said he's so poor he didn't have a pot to piss in, well, you're even worse off than just being piss poor. So did you know?
That opens up some doors I'm not going into.
Did you know that not having a pot to piss in is actually worse than being piss poor?
Not until 5 seconds ago.
He was also a delegate to the Continental Congress.
Good transition.
Very smooth, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was great.
Yeah. Let's see. Some of the other ones. He voted for independence.
I'd hope so. He signed the Declaration of Independence. Give me a break.
Hey. He's also a signer of the Articles of Confederation. He was participated in the Constitutional Convention, governor of New Hampshire, Chief Justice of New Hampshire.
That's going to matter. I would anchor on that if I was you. The governor part of one of the founding colonies, but go ahead.
Yeah, well,
It was
not
the
gonna tell you how
ninth
to do your
one,
job.
9th of 13th. That became
Ninth?
bottom
it
line,
was higher than that.
by every serious historical standard,
If you
Bartlett
wanted
qualifies as a founding father, signer of the Declaration, builder of the early national government, contributor to the Constitution formation, and a state-level executive and a judicial leader. He wasn't a fringe figure. He was embedded in every major phase of American founding.
I have one. Okay. Here's the thing. Is it my turn yet?
Yeah, go ahead. That's my introduction.
So we can't argue that he wasn't a signer, because that was obvious, but we just got to argue the value of being a signer. And so you are a member of the Continental Congress, but were you, so when we talk about founding fathers, okay, how many people,
that was my rebuttal. If the chips would have fallen differently,
yeah.
that was my exact rebuttal.
There it is. But like, how many people signed the Declaration of Independence, Maddie? What's that number?
over 50.
56.
50.
56.
So are you going to say we had 56 founding fathers? It's that black and white?
No.
I don't think you do.
That's a great point.
I don't think you do. And so then where's the cutoff? I would say minimally, this guy's a margin guy. He's a margin guy. First of all.
Oh, no. What you mean to say is minimally all the signers start at as a margin guy is what you're trying to say.
Well, we could say either one. Yeah, even they start. Okay, so let's say he signed it.
What I'm saying
he
is
starts as a margin guy.
What I'm saying is don't make your case and then just dump it on my guy like it's all him.
No, there's others. But okay, so Cole, he was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Actually, like, to be honest, like, you're a dude. Like, you're a bad dude if you sign that. Mostly because you clearly believe in freedom. Secondly, because if they found you, they would hang you. You're a bad dude. And in the eyes
Without
of
a doubt.
of the homeland, you're an outlaw.
Yeah,
right.
well, the homeland being
Okay, so here's the next
Brits.
one. One of our criteria is major leadership role in the revolution.
Yeah.
Josh, what was his major leadership role?
Well, we can go through several of them. He was not just only the signer, he was a delegate to the Continental Congress, which was a huge deal. You're talking about a leadership role. Only a few select people were called up for the Continental Congress.
And he represented New Hampshire.
He was the governor of New Hampshire, leadership role.
In the Congress, I think he represented.
Yeah. He was also the governor of New Hampshire, leadership role.
Does that make him a founding father, or does that make him a father of New Hampshire?
Okay.
There's no federal government.
You keep asking me for a point, but every point I make, you say, yeah, but does that make him... Well, how many points do I got to stack, Mr. Albright?
Hold on a second.
All of them.
I feel like you should let me finish this argument.
Fair enough.
Right, but like being a governor it's not a federal, national level political role, you know? Like
According
we had
to UShistory.org.
so far we've had presidents, we've had diplomats, we've had other national or federal level positions.
Sure.
This was a state guy who signed the Declaration of Independence, represented New Hampshire. Is he a founding father for the country?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. He was also a signer of the Articles of Confederation, which makes him a part of the first national government framework. He helped build that. You're asking about a state level leader versus national level leader. I think I just smashed it. He was a participant of the Constitutional Convention, contributed to shaping the U.S. Constitution. I don't know how much more national. I mean, Bobby Jindal was a state governor of Louisiana, but he didn't do anything like that.
Did he write anything?
I don't know. He talked really fast at first.
Not Bobby Jindal.
Oh.
This guy, major author, influencer.
He helped stabilize and build a functioning post-revolution state government. He was a Chief Justice of New Hampshire, played a key role in early American legal structure, the country's legal structure, military and revolutionary leadership. He organized a militia to support the efforts against Britain. I mean, come on. And he was also a respected physician who practiced for 40 years.
Okay, Dr. Quinn, I don't care.
I think you can agree that, my dear friend, you picked the wrong side of this argument.
Yeah. I think, when do we draw the line on? I mean, he's a marginal guy. He's not.
You're doing this for the sake of argument. You're not serious. Not one bit.
I have to argue this, don't I? I mean, yeah, I think I would probably let him be in the club. But at some point, it can't be all 52, right?
No, I agree with you. And while we did say he would have one of these things, this founding father person, a signer of a founding document, I think, I get it. I get your point. And I was going to make the same point had this landed on me, if I was arguing the other side. And it's a valid question. Does that automatically make all 56 signers a founding father?
Right.
Well, I would say, you said marginal. I would say, depends on how you're defining founding father. Like, yeah, I would say if you put your name and potentially your neck on the line.
No, that's where I respect the guy.
Well, then, yeah. Then you're a founding father.
But by that logic, then all 52 would be founding fathers.
56, yeah, I would agree.
56.
I would agree with that statement. Now, are some more influential than others? Are some more effective than others? Sure. Yeah. But according to what we said was, if you were a signer of the founding documents, meaning you put your neck on the line, you risked your life and your fortune for this country, all right, bro, I give it to you.
Yeah, so the king, we'll give it to him. But here's the thing.
I
king
disagree.
of correction.
I don't think he was a founding father. No. Okay. So you say he was the second.
And defense and agreement, and the judge is flipping the table.
All right. So you want to know why he was the second person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
Judge.
They did it by most northern. So if you look at it, the far north, which was the right side, which was the one right under John Hancock, it's just because he was in New Hampshire. That's why he was the second person to sign it.
Where was John Hancock representing?
He was the president of the Continental Congress. That's why he signed first.
And they went north to south?
Yep. A position along the Atlantic Ocean. And pretty much he was a big...
Did you know this before now? Is this a real fact?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't say that I knew it.
So, albeit he did risk his life to sign it, but he was just doing it because he wanted freedom. And if I'm being based off the checklist, all he checks was a signer of a founding document. And he was a no-show at the Continental
He's a
Congress.
leadership role. I agree. Josh
Major
made that
leadership in the Revolution
He's
is
a
huge.
Continental
Of
Congress.
Maine.
No.
New Hampshire.
He orchestrated the framework of our government.
Not everything I'm seeing. Says he was just saying he was just a yes man.
Interesting.
He needs some help with his searches, clearly.
This is why you can't trust the Heritage Youth. There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
Plus, we need biased opinions, Matty B. I'm kidding. No, that was useful. All right, he thinks he's not. I was kind of like where my question is where you draw the line. And so ultimately,
He was a local hero. That's it.
that was my defense,
Bro,
But the Continental Congress sells me.
He did not attend it. He was a
Look.
no-show.
Look,
He was a no-show.
Yep.
hang on.
He did not attend the Constitutional Convention of 1787.
Participant in the Constitutional Convention, contributed to shaping the U.S. Constitution.
He helped get it passed in New Hampshire, but he was not in the room when everything was being hammered out.
Do you know why?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Oh, I'm asking if you knew why.
Probably because he was busy doing stuff in New Hampshire.
Potentially. I mean, we gave passes to other guys who were off in France when this was going on. He voted for independence. When asked, he answered in the affirmative, helping initiate the formal break from Britain. I think that's pretty gutsy.
He could just do it to break the ice.
Yeah, he's probably doing it because it was the cool thing to do, imagine. Actively involved in committees dealing with war, governance, and national security. Delegate to the Continental Congress. I mean, bro.
All right, okay. He's a tier 2 founding father, not a main one.
Oh my word, guys! Y'all can't destroy your own credibility with these things, or we're gonna look like we're not doing this right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just sticking to it. Not a founding father. I think the impact he had, I just don't think it was on the same level as a person we've already determined as founding fathers.
Such as
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all had hands on.
All right.
Judge says no.
Okay.
The
Fair enough.
prosecution and the defense disagree now with the judge. We're on the
Okay.
same
Judge has the
page.
final say, so both
Yeah,
of
you
y'all
are
can go eat
crazy.
dirt.
There you go.
Listen, this judge is sus. Okay.
Then
As
just
the-
disbar me. Just
as-
kick me off the bench.
As the kids say,
Barb.
sus.
He was a follower, not an architect. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
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 Here's the thing about it. So we're, old KOCOG says, what's your practical application? So in this particular case, like we're sitting here clearly arguing about, this guy's role and was it influential? Here's your take on this, because, and I was also going to make the argument is just because you're a member at Choice Baptist doesn't make you influential at Choice Baptist. It's the same thing where it's like, get involved at a church, even though you're like on the membership rolls. Make it with beyond a
Just because
shadow of a doubt that you're involved.
Yeah,
right?
just because you went to church and you went to the men's Bible study doesn't mean you're a part of making decisions for the church.
Because if you're out in town and talking to somebody and they're like, yeah, my buddy blankety blanko's a Choice. He's a member there. And somebody's like, I've never seen him, or I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he comes to the early service, I guess. Or
so
something.
be more than just name, image, likeness, right? Like do something and get involved. Prove your worth.
We're also looking at guys with limited written historical information 200 years ago, and we're basing that's one thing I've grown to not like about this is like I've thought, man, let's take, I don't know, my dad's dad. Can you look at whatever's left over from my dad's dad, my grandfather's life?
Yeah, I was saying, some people call them your grandfather.
Grandpa. Papa.
By the way,
Not me. We called him Grumpy.
Grumpy.
Yeah.
It was Grumpy and
Kitty cat.
that's right, kitty cat. I have a cat story. I'm not telling you in this podcast.
Okay.
The next one.
Fair enough.
However, the kids did settle on our grandparent names.
Oh, what is it?
This weekend it was
What is it?
official. Lolly
and Pop.
and Pop.
I like it. Lolly and Pop.
And Christina, shockingly,
She liked it?
she said, I'm in support of being called Lolly. Can
There
you
you
believe
go.
that? I'm like, Pop, Pop, Pop. Okay, that's great. She says, I'm fine with Lolly. I think it's cute. Or some goofy thing like that.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was, I don't know, 50 episodes in the making.
Well, maybe we'll go with something similar like Jolly and Flop or something.
Jolly and Flop. Maybe it was, lollipops of candy. So like Jolly and Rancher.
Yeah, there we go.
You could, that would work.
There we go. I didn't have ticks on me right now to be a rancher.
Hey, we still have to debate if he was a Christian, or since he wasn't a founding father, do we just forgo that argument?
No, we're going to argue.
No, we're going to argue it.
But we're just, we're having fun tonight.
No, I get it.
Nobody's going to put us in don't put us in a corner.
Yeah, no one puts baby in the corner. What movie?
Dancing, Dirty Dancing?
Ding, 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 ding.
That's a good guess. I don't watch movies.
I don't either, but I know that one.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I watched a few movies, and when I was a kid, we watched a bunch of the same ones over and over because we were too broke to have new movies.
Yeah, that one VHS tape
But
was
you know how
worn
many
out.
times I've watched Indiana Jones trilogy?
No, but I can tell you how many times I watched Top Gun, the first one.
And that one too. And now here's what other thing I could tell you is Indiana Jones isn't completely appropriate for under 12 crowd.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, you need to be like a mature teenager to understand. Like people getting their hearts ripped out. It's not fully ready for. Like, ooh, that's rough, dude. Maybe that was part of what shaped me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like some of those things. But yeah, Top Gun was another one. Whatever. Billy Madison. Watched the heck out of that one. I mean, over and over. They don't know, the kids, Matty B, nowadays don't remember or don't know the impetus of like, if you wanted a show and it was coming on, you wanted to watch something that was coming on TV, like a movie, you would put a VCR in the darn or a VHS in the VCR and then hit record when the show comes on. And then you could watch it on repeat.
Yeah, so a story about that is that's what my grandmother did when we weren't allowed to stay over and watch wrestling. She would tape it, give us a tape, and we would just watch it back.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, there's a nice Netflix special on Hulk Hogan right now.
Really?
It just came out, and it's pretty interesting. And they just they were interviewing
That's
him
never
last
been
year.
said in the history of man.
What's that? Hulk Hogan.
That sentence.
Hulk Hogan was interesting.
By the way, there's an interesting Netflix special about Hulk Hogan.
And they just interviewed him last year, and he just
Every
died.
woman who might be listening is like, "Oh my gosh."
What do
this
you mean
guy's-
you don't like Hulk Hogan?
I do, sure. I was kind of more of the Hacksaw Jim Duggan with his 2x4.
Yes, so was I. He was my guy.
And the Rock and Roll Express.
No, Macho Man or Ultimate Warrior, buddy. Ah, on the ropes. Come on.
Who was the other one? The Rock and Roll Express, and there was
I
another
never even
tag
heard
team.
of them.
Oh yeah.
There was Axe and Slash.
Yeah.
There was the Demolition Brothers. Anyways, there was some good ones, man. That was the classic. But Hulk
very
Hogan
important.
was Andre the Giant. He was
Andre
the
the
king.
Giant,
The Undertaker. There's some studs.
Yeah.
All
Well,
of
they
them
were all
warrior.
juicing,
But
but-
Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the most American one. He just walked around smashing people with 2x4s.
Yep.
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake
He brought out
Roberts.
boa constrictors routinely.
Yeah.
That sucker. That was a different world, Josh.
I saw a big boa constrictor out in the woods yesterday.
No, you didn't.
No, it was a black snake, but to me it looked like a boa constrictor.
What'd you do with it?
That dude in front of me was like, "Whoa, what do I do?"
Whoa!
And they were like, "It's just a black snake." I looked at him and I'm like, "Nope.
Nope.
That dude's on duty just like we are. Let him do his thing. He'll pass." Just
They're
It was
supposed
so
black
nasty.
snakes are the ones you're supposed to let eat the mice and
I don't believe any of that. I know it's probably true, but I don't care. I don't like snakes. I don't even like stories about snakes.
Buddy, I gave my wife a hard time, okay? But let me tell you, she's straight country because a few years ago, this is true. We had, why does people say that anyways? Like, this is a true story. Like, I don't tell lies, try not to. But stories, according to Cy Robertson, are only required to be 95% true because you need to leave 5% for interesting.
I like that.
So this is a full true story without much interesting. So
Okay.
that's maybe why I said it. But we have blueberry trees, bushes, whatever, and the birds were eating all the blueberries. So we put a net on it. Okay, and in the net one day got stuck a black snake. It crawled and tried to because the nets got them little nylon holes, stretchy.
Yeah.
It crawled through a few of the holes and got himself stuck.
Stupid thing.
Man, I'll tell you, I didn't want any part of it. I hate snakes. Christina went out there. She's like, I'll get this thing out. And she grabs not even like it's not a thing. She grabs the live snake and she's just weaving it stop. And eventually she couldn't get it out because I think it was snapping at her because it was stuck. So I was like, I dispatched the snake. We'll just leave it that way. But
I'd
she's
lit that whole
baller.
bush on fire.
The bush.
And it all burned down. You got to
Dude,
burn the house.
I didn't want to touch the dead snake when it was done.
Yeah.
It makes me I hate it.
You ready to hear about
Oh, yeah,
what a
we're going to
hardcore
Christian.
Christian this dude
Yeah,
was?
yeah. Speaking of serpents, let's talk about it.
Goodness gracious. All right. I'm going to give you some evidence-based reasons, okay? The explicit invocation of Jesus Christ in his official proclamation, Bartlett issued, my mouth's getting in the way of my mouth. Bartlett issued a state proclamation calling for people to implore his, capital H, pardon and forgiveness through the merits and meditation of Jesus Christ. That's
That's a quote.
That's not deism, friends. He made a public call to repentance before God. He said, confess before God your aggravated transgressions. All right. He endorsed the day of fasting and prayer. I'm sure you'll say it didn't mean he believed in it. He just did something popular. But he proclaimed official days of fasting and prayer. This is a Protestant Christian governance tradition, not deist philosophy. He used language such as our great mediator, which goes to theological leaning. And then his belief in divinity and providence. There's an actual quote to him referencing providence would again somehow provide. That's interesting. That means God is active in your daily life. Bartlett operated within the New England context of laws and public life and all that. However, they were deeply intertwined with his Christian assumptions. Christian. And there's no evidence of any deist rejections of his Christian faith. No writings denying miracles, no rejections of Christ's divinity, or anti-Trinitarian statements like you might find with old Franklin and Jefferson.
Franklin.
And then I'll pause there. But the bottom line is he clearly spoke about his belief in God. He publicly affirmed the name of Jesus Christ, which was a big step above what his compadres there who signed along, the other 55 folks. And he often used biblical language of sin and forgiveness through Christ's sacrifice. The bottom line is he is absolutely a Christian, Orthodox Protestant in beliefs. And what say you, sir?
I'm actually not going to argue much on this one. Here's why.
Pretty solid dude.
Because like with some of these others, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, Sam Adams, like they had a bunch of writings or the opportunity to write or to present their belief system because they had influence like that, authors. So there was a lot to judge them by. So if for those four, for example, the absence of is more damning than this guy, the absence, because he's not a writer. Like you and I aren't writers, and so they wouldn't expect us to write.
I would make the argument a little bit differently. I would say there are some writings of him, and they're very much in line with Christianity. But what I would say is the reason I wouldn't argue against this guy is unlike the guys you just mentioned, like Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and so on, they left holes to make you question.
They did. And so
when he did write or when he was quoted, it was abundantly clear.
Right.
My faith in Christ Jesus, our Lord, the mediator of our sin. And
that also leaves us
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it leaves us to have to look at, like, what did he do then? Okay, so he was, again, I'm on the defense, but, like, I'm just being honest. Like, he was a member of a church, okay? Yep. Let's see, that was, he affirmed divinity, right? He was a member, I'm looking to see, the Congregational Christianity in Kingston. So he was a member of a church. He's remembered as a Congregationalist, and he was remembered, which you didn't bring this up, he was reared as a Calvinist. Mm-hmm. And so if we argued this last time, and if he's a Calvinist is part of the Protestant faith or denomination thereof. Therefore, if a Calvinist, then a Christian.
Yeah.
That's it. But here's the thing, the one thing, and I'm going to poke on, is this, or we'll say push back on, because poke's just kind of wussy.
Okay, I just want to go back to that statement because it doesn't sit well sometimes depending on how I think about it. But you're right. You're not wrong at all. If a Calvinist and a Christian, it doesn't necessarily saying that I, Josh Myers, am siding with Calvinism.
Exclusively.
But because if a Calvinist and a Christian, if an Arminian...
Did I tell you I had some Jehovah's Witnesses show up at my door?
No, next podcast, I want to hear all about it.
Tuesdays at 10.
Always,
tomorrow.
Like otherwise, if an Arminian, then also a Christian. It's not that you have to be a Calvinist to be a Christian. What he's making, the statement he's making, like, if you cook French fries for a living, you likely work at a fast food restaurant. He's saying you can't be a Calvinist and not believe the Bible. You can't be an Arminian
By the
and
way,
not
those
believe
French
the
fries
Bible.
had sugar on them.
They did. That was the weirdest thing.
We got Wingstop.
Who
To be
puts-
honest, Wingstop.
we went to Wingstop, and shout out to Wingstop on 17. The chicken was good. It was good. I thought it was gonna be hotter.
Yeah, it appeared to be hotter. It smelled hotter than it tasted.
Yeah, the whole thing smelled really good.
Tasty, yeah. I'm kind of like stuffed right now.
I am. I asked him for the original hot. There were 2 levels hotter or 3 levels hotter. I said, give me the original hot. And I said, is it very hot? And she said, nah, you'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but all right. It wasn't hot.
No,
not at
it was
all.
a little bit spicy.
It had a little flavor, which is fine.
We got fresh shrimp last night, and it wasn't cheap, but it was delicious.
Did you have French fries with sugar on it?
No, yeah. Who puts sugar? That's the whole point. We talked about this. But anyway.
Yeah, anyway, whatever. So
Armenians doesn't make you. You said French fries.
So Arminian or Calvinist, the point is, if you classify as either one of those, then it's because you fall in the Christian faith, not Buddhism, not deism, not theism. You fall in the Christian faith.
Yeah, and here's the thing I'd push back on. Well, anyways, here was a statement he put out that he was reared Calvinist and later turned Universalist.
Yeah. Interesting.
Record scratch. What the heck is that?
I'd have to do more research on it.
Yeah, so if he died or later in life became a Universalist, I would have to do a little bit more digging on that. It just complicates the orthodoxy, I think.
I just think I don't have too much reservation about it, and this is all my gut. I have no knowledge.
They departed the traditional orthodoxy on final judgment and eternal punishment.
I would say it's similar to the way that Calvinist and Arminian divide. If he left Calvinism, it doesn't say he left the faith, he left the belief of Calvinism to Universalist. So I think it's more in line with a theological or denominational change of heart or something, but not losing his faith.
I think we can agree he's a believer.
I think
he's a Christian.
Compared to all the others, it would be really hard to say they were, and he was. I think he solid is.
Was he a founder? Kind of.
I think he was.
We'll give it to him. Matty B says no. He's a no in the judge. We're going to have a no. We'll have a question mark. And then, but he was are we going to agree he was a Christian?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to agree, Matty B? The judge says?
Yes.
All right. Well, that closes the case.
There we go.
Josiah Bartlett.
In the books.
Probably a founder and definitely a Christian.
Yep.
All right. Rock and roll. Well, that was fun. What are we at?
Yeah.
An hour and 7? We got to it.
We had some sidebar conversation, but it's been a while.
Been a while, yeah. And so, now that we're only once a week, you can cut it into 2 and get caught up. You can make 2 episodes, 1 episode into 2, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to.
But all right, Josh. So what are we doing next, buddy?
Next, we're taking a different dude. This one I chose wildly different because I knew this guy was so strong in the Christian side of things. I wanted to pick someone who was equally strong on the other side.
Very well.
We'll save it. We'll save it.
Save
Find
that
out.
for next time.
If you want to know, stick around.
All right. Well, you got anything to close us out before we finish up?
Don't get ticks on you. Don't get ticks on you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ticks. Yeah, don't get ticks. Dog stuff's cool. Dogs
I'm
are
going
cool.
to take a bath in bleach or something. I don't know if that would help, but Michael Jackson
You're
did
painting pictures I don't want in my head. All right. Your beer would be all white.
It would be really ugly.
By the way, I had some guy power wash the house today, and it looks a lot better. He did use bleach. I've never used that before. I'm like, okay, buddy, do your thing. Anyways, we appreciate y'all joining us, Matty B. Thanks for your bearing along with us. What's that?
I'm going to need his name.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. He's fantastic. He's a handyman.
Main reason is I don't want to do it myself.
He did way more than I would have.
That's also the other reason.
The full house. And he did the railing and everything else. And the deck. He did everything. Because he's about to paint. He's like a handyman, like I said. So far, this guy. All right. We're trying to close this thing out.
Matty B's giving us a sign like, will y'all two please shut your mouths?
I know it.
But I'm all interested.
He's got holes in the wall. He's fixed holes in the wall. Dresser flipped over or whatever. Holes in the door. You can thank my oldest son when he was a teenager. He's the dog scratched the door like because he got stuck inside it. Repaired that and painted it. Replaced the sink. The guy does it. He did caulking work today. He's painted the deck. He has Man, there's just so many things he's done. Oh, replaced doors, painted ceilings that we've not been able to reach or touch since we moved in, and a kombucha exploded on the kitchen ceiling. Yeah, and I mean all kinds of work. He rebuilt, like he was fixing the deck up today. Like the dude's a
itching
handyman.
where that tick was.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, see you scratching with that pen. Didn't explode though. All right, I'll get you his name.
All right, yeah.
Nonetheless, we love you guys. We appreciate you. Keep writing us in, thechoicepodcastshow@gmail.com. If you can and want, send us some hard questions. I want to be challenged.
Or if you think we're
don't
getting
wanna
some of this
skate.
wrong,
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
push
guys,
back.
y'all missed the biggest thing. We didn't, but you can try to tell us that. Or give us your vote. Maybe you want to cast a vote.
Yeah, we
You
want
know,
to thank
where
our
we-
buddy Scott, who we don't know where you're from, for writing us a great email to start off with.
Scott, I'll tell you right now, man, if we had swag, it'd be coming your way.
Yeah, you did say get
So,
some swag, and I didn't.
You
do it.
enjoy that. Just kidding.
yeah.
We'll send you something one day.
No, we will.
We will, for sure. We got something in the works.
Yeah, send us some hard questions. I really do want to have an episode where we answer some hard questions. I mean, even a couple of those episodes. That's a transition episode. So anyway,
Yeah.
Choice Podcast Show, gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook. Go to YouTube. Push some kind of button or smash something I think you're supposed
Yeah,
to.
do
Make
all
it
that.
ding.
At least tell a friend about it, man.
Yeah, we love you guys. Keep doing the thing. Let us know how we can help you out, how we can pray for you, like Holly did in the middle of the show. All right, we love you. We appreciate you guys. Remember this. Men of the world, Josh, follow trends. And men of the faith, like our boy Josiah, who is proven Christian, they follow truth.
With a name like Josiah, how could you do anything else? Make your choice.